still favor the Spider Pigs draft. However, there are still weaknesses, like their playmaking ability is not so strong. You're playing around these big ultimates. But this, once again, is a very poor last pick, in my view, from Creepwave. Warlock, it is conceptually okay against Enigma, but basically, if you're not using your ult and Enigma isn't, typically Enigma's going to take that trade, because you're pretty damn useful even without your ult. And I would have rather something like a Wyvern, where at least, you know, you're a little better in lane, you have more damage, and it's an offensive, you could kill the Enigma with it.
And there still was a Coddle, too.
Yeah.
You had options.
You had options. And the thing is, both Coddle and Warlock are awful against Brew.
True.
So you just get ran at by the pandas, all your stuff gets dispelled. In fact, I would argue Brew is the best support or hero against Warlock, because you can AoE defensive dispel Fatal Bonds, which is, other than ultimate, all Warlock really is bringing to an engagement.
Well, my question is, do they have enough to take down a Wraith King twice?
I don't think they're, like, the best hero they have for that situation is Brewmaster, where he's kind of like that team fight winner, and those like really big, mostly like the AoE team fight, like Monkey King type of heroes, those are my favorite against Wraith King, but I'm always down with Brewmaster as being a favorite as well, because it feels like you don't want to fight into that hero, but Reincarnation going off kind of forces you to just turn and try and play into that.
Right. Well, here we go again with the Lina in the mid lane, and of course, Malrine is going to be playing the Void Spirit here. So it should be a nice lane for this Lina.
Sweet. It's never good. So this is the problem with this matchup. You see Marine just straight up eating a tree tango to start the laning phase.
Not a good sign.
You know, it's forever etched into my memory. I know how bad this matchup is. Lina versus Void Spirit.
Did you have a bad Void Spirit game?
No, I did not. Blitz did when we duo queued.
Oh no.
And he got into an argument with one of our pub players, as he does.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
And he does that quite a bit.
He's become really elitist after becoming a coach again.
And they got into it, and the guy challenged him to a 1v1. He was trying to tell him how to play the matchup. And so they played that 1v1, and it did not go well for the pub player playing Void Spirit. He thought you could just max out Dissimilate and it would be fine.
It's not fine.
It's not fine.
It's not fine at all.
And then you've got a maxed out Dissimilate Void Spirit, so you didn't even win the lane, and it's a bad skill.
Yeah. This is the thing. The first couple waves can go okay, but once Lina gets levels on you, or specifically level 3, it gets a lot more difficult. But this is also a very odd lane. AM plus. It is actually a 5-position Enigma.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's the first for me. Oh, we got the cell.
Man should be able to out-heal that damage, though. Oh gosh, he's sitting so low. He's a little bit more for that bottle.
Is the sentry outside of the hard camp at bottom?
At bottom?
Yeah. Because the reason Fishman was taking so much damage, he was trying to stop a pull. So I was curious why he was so far forward, because it looks like, yeah, he blocked the camp. So I guess he just didn't block it early enough to stop the spawn. Or no, he didn't block it.
More plays here over on the Rubik. Let's get a little bit more damage out here. I don't think he's going to tick down far enough.
No, he's going to die. Maybe later.
Maybe later. Not today.
Watch DNC through the power of Kyle was wrong, not die the entire game here.
He's going to die. We all die eventually.
Thank you, Aura Kyle.
No. I'm still getting warmed up.
He's heating up.
I'll be very, very disappointed, though, if my pick to win the league gets 2-0'd, so I really hope Creepwave brings something to the table.
You're
here.
truly in fine form today, Kyle.
Yeah,
you really brought it to DreamLeague Season 14, powered by Intel.
So far, the strategy of picking losing matchups into the enemy player's best mid-hero does not seem to be super effective, but you never know.
You know, they're just warming up. It's a long season. You can't put all your cards out there at once.
Yeah, rune control is going to be huge here. I want to see both teams send an ally to the rune as the other checks. It's going to be critical for these players to grab it.
Doesn't look like they're going to send any supports to try to go and secure the runes, though.
And it's going to be one of those good old 50-50s. I really wish a bounty rune spawned at the opposite every 2 minutes, but
What about the empty room?
What's
Have
it?
you heard that suggestion?
No.
It's a room that doesn't do anything besides fill up the bottle.
Sure.
So essentially, water.
Yes.
Drawing in over here on Noob.
Why don't these guys just pick up the water that's in the river? Like, what's wrong with them?
Seriously.
It's not magic water. It needs to be
Well,
blessed
well-
by
Oh.
the priestess. Thank you.
Exactly. And it also, in the lore, it's actually cursed. If you remember in the 6th Harry Potter movie, when Dumbledore and Harry go to the island to retrieve the Horcrux, you know, the goblet can only be filled with that water that then summons the Inferi. So it's a similar scenario here, except in this case.
See, when you deal with cultural references, you're on point.
Thank you.
You're like locked on. I don't question your expertise when it comes to that.
You must be really good at Trivial Pursuit.
When it comes to the hard sciences, though, I'm like, what the hell?
Hard
Kyle
science.
doesn't know what he's talking about.
I never really did like science and math because there was only the one right answer. The thing about English,
Oh no. Oh no.
you know, you can just make stuff up, but if it's well reasoned, you still get points.
Bounty time.
That should help.
Double bracing. I mean, top lane going a little better for the AM
Dire's middle tower
than usual. I think just a lot, the deny spam from LeBron, 9 already, and oftentimes you're getting 0 XP from him as well.
Fishman getting thrown right back in again, but Mitch taking a decent chunk of damage. Needs to be careful. I think that's going to be a little bit of a trade. I don't think they're going to be able... Oh, no, they have another Wraith Fire Blast. This is going to be a dead Mitch, I think. No, not quite enough. This will turn back around. They've got the heal over onto Casalis. He's going to try to lifesteal a little bit here, but is forced back. Thinking about going back in again. Needs to be careful. Can they get it? There it is. There's the first blood. And they just can't get quite enough damage on Mitch. Ooh, he harvested his bones, too. Bones for the Bone God. Or King, in this case.
Another
It's going to
50-50.
be bottom. I can feel it.
It was
It
indeed
was
bottom.
bottom. All right.
It's again, it's like when my knee hurts and I know it's going to rain. You just got to get that feeling and trust it.
Congratulations, Kyle. You had a literal 50% chance to be right.
I'll get
You
the next
But
flipped
he
a
was
coin.
right.
The next one's
you
going to be
know?
bottom too, Cap.
Okay,
Ask me how
we'll
I know.
check. We'll check in a minute and a half
You're gonna say
because
something
Kyle's
about your
bum
knee.
knee is acting up.
Level 6 on the Void Spirit. If only he had that DD, but he lost the 50-50. That'd be a real easy way to threaten that Lina, but now Noob is just going to push the lane. You don't want to play into him because of the DD, but if you leave the lane, then he can just start hitting your tower. But it looks like they're both going to jungle. Void Spirit coming top, but can you really kill AM in this spot?
Looks like they're going to try to find out up there. And it's looking like a no. They're trying to chase after him, but maybe they can get LeBron. Maybe they can get themselves a consolation prize. They have a stun up soon. Alex needs to get out of the way here. Gotta find it. All of the mana is, of course, gone here from this Void Spirit, so
Radiant structures are fortified.
Anti-Mage just gonna go saunter away.
I love the raindrop pickup. In a game like this, you're really only threatened by a burst combo, and that effectively almost guarantees you're going to stay alive, as both Nyx and Mars stuns would
Radiant's
be reduced by the
middle
full
tower is
damage.
under attack.
My thanks to thee.
Look at that. Like, you kill LeBron, but it doesn't matter. He brings the salve, he brings the... think of the Wraith Band as well. Really
Radiant's
nice.
middle tower has fallen.
Do force Mitch back, though, here. He's got Tranquil, so he's gonna be able to heal up.
Hell kind of build. I've not seen this max haze before. It makes sense with the Rubik. You haze, then bolt, and set him on fire, but I think against a Wraith King, I'd still prefer max clap. Mid really the only lane that's got a decisive advantage with the Lina pretty ahead, and now the Arcane Rune. Where was that again? Oh, bottom. Huh. Interesting.
100% prediction rate so far this game.
I mean, the
Are we
next
sure who's bottom?
Yeah.
Are fortified.
The next one's going to be top too, so I hope he stays there.
But that mid tower already down. Now LeBron trying to run away. The lift up. Laguna Blade comes out, and they go and they take down the Void Spirit. They're going to take down Alex. And this is not looking great for Amar as he also goes down.
Yeah, this is
Good rotation.
and now a beautiful stack, still with the Arcane Rune running. This is literally the dream for Alina. He'll pick up, hopefully, a better neutral item than that trusty shovel.
Bottom lane, still only level 5 here on Mitch. It's gonna tick down. Fishman will collect the kill. Z making his way bottom, trying to get them off the tower, but this is looking like it's going down pretty fast here, Kyle.
Yeah, will they get the last hit though? Looks like
Yep. Nope.
Dire's bottom tower.
At least it wasn't denied, but you do get more gold if you get the last hit yourself. A lot of people don't know that. I don't really understand why it works this way, but it does. It's one of the only aspects of Dota in which it pays more to be selfish. What?
You got a thought there, Cal?
Doesn't like a lot of Dota pay you to be selfish?
Ooh, there's the arena, but it's an anti-mage, and if you don't have that lockdown, he's just gonna blink on out.
That's true. An impenetrable wall does not help you against teleportation.
You're gonna hit us with some science there, Kyle. Tell us a little bit of how physics work and
Well, you would have to put down a dream spike, but that doesn't actually exist in the Dota 2 universe. So unfortunately, there is no method of keeping the AM inside of that arena.
Ah, yes, I see. I concur.
Yes. There's at least 3 people that know what I'm talking about, and to you, I appreciate you. Just like I'm sure Lil Pleb, aka Thug, appreciates that LeBron is still just denying creeps from his lane and jungling with them. Only 1,000 net worth, but he is doing so much to help out his boy. In fact, just level 1 Eidolons. I love that. He is playing to be annoying, and I have not seen this before, but I'm a big fan. This is the kind of this is why you want an experienced player like LeBron as your captain.
Boots of Travel Lube up and running. They go, they drop the rock. They can turn this right back around on Lina. In fact, there she goes. Down and over on the back lines. They'll find a kill on DNZ. Fishman trying to break some ankles, trying to find any escape. He's not going to be able to. Thug gets himself another kill.
It would have been really nice if Mitch had stayed down bottom. He got a little over-eager there, which means that now Crystals will just have some more free time. Nice turnaround, though. That's the danger of picking Lina. I'm glad we see this now because they really didn't threaten Spider-Pig's draft game 1 ever. But with a rock and a Void Spirit, yeah, he just exploded.
I really liked, in theory, what they were doing with that, in defending their safe lane tower.
Setup. Oh, breaking the ankles though. He's got his dancing shoes on. There it is. There's that stun that we were looking for. Oh, jumping in though comes the anti-mage with good blade. Already getting used. Leah, she's so fast. She'll turn back around. Use the LSA. This is not looking good for Void Spirit. He's gonna go down, and Noob, he's gonna survive this. He's gonna be able to just run away.
Alex, you gotta just hit the stun, my man. That's painful because they throw out the remnant because you don't see the Nyx stun, and that's just it's a free kill going wanting, and you actually lose your mid instead. That is critical. Crystals makes a nice move though. I like the armlet build as well. You gotta be aggro here. Cannot get away with some Midas or Radiance in a game against an AM Enigma.
I think this build feels a lot better. In general, Wraith King just feels so strong because that guaranteed crit that you get. Like it's even if the crit is like less than you used to be able to get, it's such a value proposition. Just to, like, okay, if we want to start this fight, Wraith King can throw out a stun and do 300 damage with 1 hit. Like that could potentially just lead into it being a 4 versus 5 because you get this guaranteed damage in.
Everyone's just hard at work back to farming. Do you guys have a favorite tier 1 neutral?
I think most people like the brooch.
What?
I'm a fairy trinket fan myself. Personally.
Why are you saying what?
Those are not the right answer. The right answer is either the Arcane Ring or Keen Optic. They're the highest win rate tier 1 items, and they're also the best.
I literally don't know any players who hate getting movement speed for free.
True. But I mean, the int ring is just broken though. It's 10 intelligence and 3 armor and 4 mana effect. Like that's just not. That's so good.
The stats are very high on that item for it giving mana in an AOE.
Like you could remove the replenish, and I think it's still a tier 1 item.
It is a tier 1 item.
But it's in the tier 1.
Yes, I saw what you did there, Kyle.
Thank you.
We got a big smoke coming out here. We've got the black hole online. Crystals has no idea what's about to come up that river. He's already running off, though. He's already farmed up, and no one's showing right now. So seems like his spidey sense, even though he is not on Spider Pigs, is indeed tickling.
I think pigs have a 6th sense.
You know they're actually one of the
Dire's top
smarter
tower is
animals.
under attack.
Yeah, if anything, it would make sense that pigs are the ones with the
Dire's
extra normal
structures are
senses.
fortified.
They do. They have an incredibly strong sense of smell. It's the only way that you can find truffles.
There are dogs that can find truffles, too. Hold that thought. South is getting jumped on down here. He is all alone. They're trying to take the tower. The TPs are coming out, though, in mass. They want to try to protect the black hole coming out from Levant. Just a little bit early, but it's going to be able to go and hold on to the Warlock. Fishman, though, he's there. He turns it back around. He drops the rock, but they already used the split. He's not looking so healthy. He's going to go down. They lose the anti-mage, and they use that big ol' arena, but it's only doing so much here as Amar trying to hide. There's no trees for him to hide. He's looking back over here on LeBron. LeBron actually going to go down as they'll turn around. They get the kill on Alex. Not sure what Amar's doing. He's looking for that perfect spirit, apparently. Trying to finish him off. Can he do it? No, again. He is going to walk away from almost an impossible situation. Look at the tips coming out, boys.
Brewmaster.
King of what?
Brewmaster, how many times? We've seen this hero for literally a decade. You are the lord of the team fight, especially at this phase. You don't need items. Doesn't matter if all he has is tranquils. You get that split off, you're going to be strong. Fishman preemptively ulted by LeBron a little early, which typically punishes you a lot more. A lot of people got burned being a bit too early in the markets these last few months. But here, they win the team fight anyway. Well, yeah.
Some guys are just a little early, you know?
What are you going to do?
It looked like they might have been able to turn it around, but again, they had that split. You have so many fights going on in separate sides. You can see Noob over on the back lines, go and you throw up that arena, but
They blew everything to get the anti-mage.
And now
after
they're all
that,
on
you're out
cooldown.
of ammo.
I've heard of the zoning black hole. I don't think I've ever heard of the preemptive black hole.
well, now you have.
So, I mean, there's the... Never mind.
My man just black holed and was just waiting. Just go ahead, TP into it.
Dare
You won't.
I doubled it.
I was like, wow, that's
That's aggressive.
an interesting move.
I like it.
I mean, I think in general, if you're Creepwave, you should have been happy with trading tier 1 towers there. I don't think Crystallis should have been in that bottom lane. I think he should have been just farming his way through his own jungle into triangle and let his team just take top.
Look at that. They planned. They knew that Amar was on his way down here. He's going to be able to go spear him to the wall. Needs the follow-up, though. In comes Alex. We can turn this around. That Brewmaster, he's so strong right now. Good impale, but the rest of the team hot on his heels, coming right back down against Spike. Carapace buys him a little bit more time, but Noob just absolutely obliterates him. They cut down the trees. There's no place for you to hide, Alex.
As like you said, though, Mox, I mean, Amar, he's got his ult up. He immediately goes and uses it. Really well done as well. You saw that immediate bulwark toggle. I thought Rubik had got arena, but he was actually so quick that he got to use this bulwark. But it doesn't matter. Like, they're just bringing more heroes. There was a TP top from Crystallis, so he's not involved. And yeah, that armlet's nice for early fights, but there's a Battle Fury Yasha already up on Thug.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I think one of the things that, like, AM, like, obviously he needs to be able to get his you know, big 3-item timing, but you can actually use AM in team fights much earlier. He needs levels for that to be worth it. I think one of the purely off the laning phase, like the first levels of an Animage is where you can pressure him a lot because he doesn't do that extreme amount of mana burn. But they solved that problem with the Enigma. He was like level 5, and the Enigma was like level 2. They just gave him a solo lane with none of the risks involved.
I mean,
Mallory gonna make it out here. Mitch wants them. You can see Alex.
Spider Pig's playing great. This is, you know, I kind of saw this coming. They do have the 5 players on Wikipedia. It's part of the reason I chose them as one of my 2 teams to advance into that upper division. Creepwave, looking a little lost, you know, still inexperienced. They got to make some more moves and coordination. A pincer now and then would be nice. It doesn't feel like they've had a fight that they set up in either game. I suppose that bottom engagement, but like, you know, you have a Warlock TPing in last in full vision of the enemy team. It's not what you want.
It feels like to me they are like trying to compensate off of things that happen in the laning phase. You know, like they lose their mid tower and they like try and keep their safe lane tower up. Unnecessarily, like not just accepting trades, instead trying to fight to keep more map control. And I think they should be happy with, like, with what they have. I look at this lineup and I don't think it's going to be super hard outscaled.
I mean, Cap, if we could all be happy with what we had, the world would be a much better place, but in this world, you got to get ahead if you want to take those wins. And I don't even remember what person you were talking about because I was too focused on making that needless comment. Lanes are in a decent position, but the problem is, once again, Spider Pigs, they're going to get ahead further and further the longer this game goes on. So Creepwave, you're sort of forced into making moves, but how do you do that? Well, first, smoke, but who will you find is the question.
Well, they found someone. They're going to try to take out the Lina. They should be able to stun lock her here. Down she goes. So that's a pretty nice pick off. That was a lot
Excellent
just for her,
pick.
though.
Now pursue.
What do you
Make your way into the triangle. Take that over. I mean, it's like, it's your only play when you make a 5-man move to your own safe lane jungle. Like,
Yeah.
the pick is nice and everything, but where you are on the map doesn't lead you to anywhere, right? Like, you farm backwards through your jungle as 5, like, that's going to feel terrible. The only play you have is to invade their triangle. Take that.
There's a very fast Ags on the Panda for 20 minutes. His net worth might be low, but his game impact so high, and really, it's the Void Spirit of Maureen.
Maori.
Yeah.
I keep seeing Marine.
I keep seeing Marlene. Mitch, though, getting taunted back. They need to stun him up so that way he can't go and get the split off, and it looks like they're going to be able to. So that's another nice pick going over to the side of Creepwave.
He was completely alone on the enemy side of the river. Not something you want to do unless you're Caesar with an army at your back. He does get punished.
It's overconfidence, right? You're really, feeling good about everything.
That's a huge death, and the death still up for Pigzs means this is a much easier Roshan. They're behind in gold, but they can still grab that objective. And, this is really their only hope to get back into this, is an Aegis into a couple of towers with a big team fight behind a golem.
A little bit more damage. Roche is going to go down, and Aegis is picked up now on the Wraith King, so would not be surprised to see them make some moves. But they do need to push out these waves so that way they're able to take an objective off of it.
I just so when we click on a player, it shows us what they have bound for their sticky key. Somebody has Rapier.
No, it's in place of the TP, I think, for some things.
Yeah. I believe that's
Can you rebind that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the sticky key. Or like, there's a sticky buy, and then there's one that you set manually in the game. Most people just have TP on sticky because, it's Amar.
It's Amar.
My
Nice.
man. I love that. He is his one bind. You have one bind you can use to pick any item to be able to grab more easily from the shop, and he chose a Divine Rapier. That's confidence.
Whenever I see those players who make it a Divine Rapier, I feel like it's the emergency button. You know, his game's going to hell, boys. Hit the button.
What can we do?
Buy the Divine. Oh yeah, that's another one. Rubik, not nearly as good against Wraith King as he used to be, because, especially in team fights, you think you're going to steal Wraith Fire Blast, easy point and click stun. Instead, you steal his aura, and you're like, I can't do anything with that until I hit some creeps. Then you can summon skeletons like he's doing now and push out lanes, and that feels good. But in the middle of a team fight, it does nothing for you.
You summon the boys
You're
to
like,
come in and help you.
Oh, God.
BKB picked up now for Lena. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get this kill on her. She's been jumped on a couple times now.
Yep, and that's all you got to prevent. If you can just juke out the Nyx and the Mars, just stay alive is the name of the game. And the BKB also necessary because the Void Spirit went for that Ags rush. You're now immune to that AoE silence. I'm so afraid at times. Like, I knew that hadn't changed. I'm like, damn, did they change it? Like, what would Void Spirit Ags do if not the double charge on the E with the silence attached?
I think there's a lot of play. Like, you have to keep in mind, a lot of people who watch Dota actually don't play Dota anymore either. So they're learning as they're watching with us.
It's really cool. I've always loved that about the game. It's like, even if you don't play, you're still going to watch when the top teams play. Like, it's just one of those games that can keep you interested. And yeah, it's changed dramatically, but end of the day, you go watch TI3, TI4, the map will look weird.
But it's still so hype.
It's the same game.
TI3 is what got me into Dota, is watching that final. And I still go back and I show it to people who are like, what's Dota? And I'm like, oh, you got to see this.
Some good moments. LGD versus Liquid lower bracket. Back when wild BO1s were the norm. And
so this is interesting. You've got LeBron sitting far back along with Mitch Smoked, and you've got a Smoke that just got put over onto Creepwave because they picked up some BKBs as well. A little bit of like ships passing. I mean, the ships right now aren't anywhere near each other, obviously, but they're sitting up over on the high ground.
Oh, this could be sick. This is the pincer maneuver we were hoping for.
All right, immediate the split. Amar now, again, he does have BKB, so if he needs to, he can go and try to pop it, turns back around, just wants to try to take the Enigma out as fast as possible, and it looks like he's going to be able to do it, so that team fight threat no longer available. Rubik stealing up that spear. Seems like they just realized, all right, we don't have the Enigma anymore, we're going to back off. This is not a fight that we want to take.
And they got the split. It's a good move, but I really like to see, you know, Thug had no intention of joining that fight, and he's not supposed to. He's just going to try to continue scaling. He recognizes his advantage is that he is investing. Wraith King, or rather, Crystallis, you know, he's bought a Porsche. He's trying to show off. Nothing doing here. Thug is looking to retire this game ASAP, putting all of his money into items for later. That Abyssal is the big timing, and suddenly he can pop pretty much any hero on the enemy team except for one of the big cores.
Those sentry wards placed over into the Radiant jungle, too, just did so much in keeping him alive because he kept tabs on Alex the entire time. He just kept being a little bit too fast. I'm sure they've realized that they have all that. They even go for a Dusk here, figuring he's still trailing him. Maybe going for that rune, but went for the other one instead. And we've got so many blinks picked up now, too. I think Rubik picked up his blink. We've got the Nyx with the blink. A lot of mobility coming out.
Yeah, it's a tough game to really
Oh, the black hole. Okay. Amar, though, he's still alive. He pins them over to the wall. And they just need the follow-up. The spear, though, being taken by DNZ will push him back. There's going to be the drag back over onto Noob. Not sure about this Void Spirit. He really wants these kills. Oh, look at that damage. He's going to turn it back around. Gets the kill on DNZ. Would like to go after Noob. Probably not going to be able to. Doesn't have any more of those charges left. We'll drop the Aether Remnant. They thought about moving over onto him. LeBron's sitting very, very low. Oh, Crystalzi just jumps forward. Gets a big old chop off. This is looking like Void Spirit's going to get taken down. Fishman looks like he's next on that menu as he just gets devoured.
Really played, and yeah, I've been wrong for almost an hour and a half. That is actually Lil Pleb, not Thug. I was confused. He's listed as their official substitute, though. However, according to Val rules, substitutes can only play 4 out of the 7 league games. Oh. So I'm not sure if Thug is now benched player or if he is just MIA for this match, but that is actually Lil Pleb.
Well, good on Lil Pleb, you know, making his DPC debut in front of everyone.
Whoa,
he's doing some work.
Fast fingers.
Amar, he wants this. Alex, patiently charging after Mitch. Just looking for. Okay, they managed to go land the stun. If they can get this kill on Lina, this will be great. There it is. There's Ray Fire. Oh, but the jump forward coming out from Low Love is he immediately. No, it's not enough. Amar blinks forward, gets the kill on the Lina, but it's not looking so hot here for our friend as he will fall down. He's going to come right back up again. Beautiful arena as they grab Low Love. He's taunted up. Can they stun lock him? Can they get this kill? He's silenced as well. One more hit will do the trick. Down goes Low Love, and now LeBron, he's all alone aside from this Rubik here. Looks like we're gonna lose the Enigma. Down he goes, and down goes the Rubik.
Wow.
Beautiful play coming out from Creepwave.
That was
hightailed it out of there.
First off, where was Mitch in that engagement? He just wasn't available for that. That was a 5-on-4. But Alex, 3 critical stuns, most notably that one on Noob as his BKB faded. Naked too. He had nothing going. That was a hasted Lina after all the buff ups. And AM blinking and staying within the arena. That was not what he wanted to do.
You cast his curse, though. we were talking, we were praising Lil Pleb, and then, you know, he made a misstep. This is not looking super great here for this Brewmaster pinned to a tree, and Amar the fella takes
Man went from MIA to KIA.
Nice.
He just wasn't even in the team fight last time. Still ended up fighting a death. I think that's possibly the worst situation of your cores. When you survive through a team fight and then still get picked like 15 seconds, 20 seconds later, it just means your entire team stalled.
That's a dead Rubik.
Oh.
They popped the arena too. I mean, it's not
that.
the end of the world, but
You're so low, you're going to back off anyway. Try to get that extra kill. You've got a few seconds before AM comes back up, you know? Make the play. If you were able to grab somebody else there, it's just more map control for the squad. And this game suddenly swang back to almost even. That was a 6k gold advantage on the AM against the Wraith King. Now just 2. And this is where it's a lot more balanced, because if you look at the Wraith King, the raw damage output is absurd. Does he? He has the shard too. I don't know if he realized that because
That happened in the last team fight.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
AM came in to save the Lina and immediately started going on the Wraith King, right? But there was
Popped
the
right
shard
back
there.
up.
yeah,
again.
I don't think he does that if he recognizes because he could have just swapped over to Amar, either killed him or at least him for the arena, and instead he goes all the way for himself. Who's happy to die at that point. He's out of mana. Like, please get rid of me.
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact timing when that was delivered.
It's I don't know what the notification. It's just not intuitive to find because if you click on an enemy, you're gonna see they have an Ags, but to actually find out if they have the shard, you have to look at that new area on the
Yeah,
hero
the little,
console.
the little blue dots
Yeah.
there.
Give it like a week or two, and I think players will adjust.
They're on the hunt now. I don't think they have any vision over in their own jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Spider legs on Mitch. Orb of
Radiant's
Destruction
top
now
tower
on the
is under
Animage.
attack.
This
It's a game of cat and mouse.
Dire's
They'd
top
love to get a
tower-
nice black hole off, I'm sure.
Radiant's top tower
But
has
Creepwave
fallen.
also smoking. They've trailed through. They have a general idea of where they're going to be, so.
as I view both teams
Money to burn.
want engagement.
They are on the low ground, though. That is the disadvantage
Yeah.
of trying to do this.
You don't want
Trying
to walk
take
up
the
this with
castle.
Creepwave. AM would be a juicy target though. They're going for him.
Good. Follow up, though, with the silence and the stun and the arena to boot. They have the vision. Down goes Lil Pleb.
Blow everything. Chase for more.
Can they grab any more, though, is the question. Blink's going to be off cooldown in a couple seconds here. No, we'll just go pin him over to that eye spot. Sal's joining in the fun. He says, "This is mine."
Really nice job. That's just like I don't want to say laziness, but if you're low pleb there, you know, look at where your wards are. You've got almost full control of that area where your team is standing on the high ground. That's where you'd like to take the engagement. If you want to push mid, maybe pop the mana. That'd be better than getting caught. There's so many stuns, and yeah, he's quick and he gets the Wraith King, but Nick's stun is ground targeted. The AoE silence from the Void Spirit is not something you can deal with unless you have Manta immediately ready. You've just got to be more disciplined there because you're effectively carrying the torch for your whole team in this
Radiant's
game.
bottom tower is under attack.
How many missteps does it take before this starts to slide away from them?
It's not quite avalanching, but we're certainly sliding. The snowball has formed, and there's been a crackling up the mountain.
We need a +1 for sure here to get this kill on Noob. Is anyone gonna make their way over? It's like they're slowly coming. Oh, they dust. They have a feeling that she's being trailed. In the back around Laguna, and bye-bye, Alex.
Good heads up dust there. I believe that was the Rubik who just sort of read that on the map.
Did he steal Vendetta too?
Carapace.
Oh.
Still not too shabby.
That's what you love about Rubik against Nyx Assassin. The fact that you have a disable that doesn't stun you. Does no damage.
Are they thinking about engaging here?
Buyback is ready, it appears. They could. They have control of the outpost.
They have no vision up on the high ground either.
They need to get the brew to start, though. Or not.
Or they can just go after Noob.
Or Noob is just alone in the bottom lane.
Oh, the jump forward here too. They'll be able to draw back the Rubik. You're not teleporting anywhere, my friend. And that's a double kill.
Man, if Spider Pig is like, they're in such a dominating position. You had the team fight. You can't do that. Like, your two heroes that can't get caught are the Lina and the AM. And that's twice in a row now. A core has just been caught asleep, getting distracted by the creeps. Maybe that's the strat. Creepwave continually baits their Creepwave.
Oh my god.
And it just worked again on the pro.
Hey, where did Enigma go? I think he was there a second ago.
Disappeared into the void.
Wow, magic tricks.
Dire's
The Orb of
bottom
Destruction,
tower
Desert. This
is
Wraith
under
King starts to
attack.
hit really hard. Nice job from the
nice
Knicks.
from Alex.
Gotta
Then
get
comes
the stun up.
Crystallis. They've got the spear, and they've got a mighty chop.
This
Ooh, and the tips coming up. Man, this is a I haven't seen this much since South American Dota, my friend.
The sassiness is off the charts.
I love it. Feeling right at home now.
I think carry to carry matchup now. You feel really good for like the rest of the game.
Oh,
If
for
you're
sure.
Creepwave.
Yeah.
The only thing that Spider Pigs can hope for, and when it comes to scaling, is the fact that they do have this like weird Enigma position 5, and that like Lina is able to keep her net worth going, but she wasn't able to. Plus, she's so heavily countered by Nyx Assassin. in team fights that it's just going to be hard to play for him.
It's also the Nyx as a late game support just gets so much stronger, especially against a hero like AM, because as you just saw, he just carapaces off the Battle Fury hit. Like, that's a kill. And late game, you're going to have way more catch potential on the side of Creepwave, whereas the Spider-Pig supports, they're fodder.
Ooh, DNZ with the lift and the dust. They'll go for the split. They'll be able to take down the Nyx after they follow up, though. They go right back in again. Crystallis, he's looking for this opening. He wants to try to take down Mitch or anyone, but he's not getting success right now. Selena over on the high ground just continues to shoot like a chain gun there, but they're just going to back up. They did get the buyback out of the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah. They, like, you could, I could hear LeBron from here yelling, go, 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 because, or sorry, Fishman, because he just drops the Golem, assuming there'll be more follow-up, but that was just a quick pick. Rubik Lino, plenty of space.
Amar just picked up a nullifier. Oh, LeBron? Oh, dear. You are a big part of that team fight, and you are just not a factor now.
Whoa.
Okay. That's a kill on Amar. Nicely scouted there by Pleb. I'm not sure why he was so far forward. He's an aggressive one, that Amar.
Bounty Rune spawning. I'd love to see a team fight. I feel like we haven't seen a true 5-on-5 engage since that tier 1 clash at, I think, 12 minutes into the game. And it's since then just been pickoff after pickoff as teams just punish enemy errors.
I think the weird part about this game for Spider-Pigs is that they pretty much have to play around their vision. That's usually what happens when you have a lineup that doesn't have the clear frontliner, right? Because Brewmaster is in danger at this point of being chain stunned and never getting off his ultimate. So he can't necessarily frontline for you. So they kind of have to have vision in any team fight that's taken. And I think that's why you just see them kind of like spiral downwards once one pick happens. They just feel like they can't fight at all because they don't have the clear sense of initiation nor the anti-initiation hero that can just soak up damage for you.
Oh man. I understand the desire for teamfight items too. I just wish LeBron had gone for a BKB, which then says to Fishman, you know, you can't cast Golem, or I have an uninterruptible black hole. And I think that threat would have been really critical here. Hag soon to be complete on Fishman. That is a nasty item pickup. Not one, but 2 Golems. I mean, we all watched Fellowship, and it was excellent to see Gandalf take down the single Balrog, but I gotta imagine if there were 2, it could have been a different story. Maybe it just ends in the first book.
Don't get me started on the whole wizard debate. I had a whole debate on Twitter about that.
Gandalf literally did everything. Dumbledore just showed him and was like, hey, you know,
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, sure. Come back to this. Oh, the jump forward over here. They're going to be able to take... Oh, the black hole followed up, though, from LeBron. BKB coming out from Noob. They've got the Laguna, but they're just not able to quite finish him off in time. He's taking a lot of damage. And look at that, the lifesteal coming off there. They'll take down Erlindo. They'll turn right back around. Lil Pleb going to have to blink away. They've already committed the split. Rest of the team willing to just sit back. Mitch throwing one of those pandas up here over to the high ground, trying to get a little bit of vision. Does spot Fishman here. Still a lot of people around, though. I think they're just trying to waste a little time. Braun coming back in. It's a jump forward here from Crystallis. This Amar throws out the arena. Doesn't quite land, but they do manage to go get the kill on LeBron. They'll spear over here onto the side. Christian will go down. Mitch has another split up. Oh my goodness, look at the damage coming out right now. They'll get the kill on Crystallis. That's his 8-time kill streak taken down. Amar also to fall. And only Nyx Assassin still alive, but really, for how long can they find him? No. They cannot. He's already hightailed it the heck out.
You get charges on your Gruul now with Ags. Can you hover over that Ags real quick? What?
Yeah, you get charges.
You get charges?
Yeah. So you can potentially cast it twice in a team fight.
That is not fair. We're going to see a lot more of this hero. Oh
yeah.
My. Wow. Wow.
You know,
we just talked about how 2 is better than 1.
I'm just a host, but I'm pretty sure I
Warlock...
talked about that during the draft analysis of Brewmaster, but yeah.
I don't recall. Hell of a fight. I can't believe they took that knowing Mitch still had another split up.
Ooh, the jump forward. Did Lil Pleb go too far, though? Is the question. He's got no mana left. The BKB comes out over here from Marlene. Can they finish him off? Yeah, they have the Abyssal Blade. And one mighty top down goes Lil Pleb. He just went a little bit too far. Alex on the hunt here, trying to find him. Can they grab Mitch, though? It looks like he's managed to go and just successfully dodge away.
He was in the tier 4s.
Yes.
Alone.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Nyx is also a very good hero against
Yeah.
Annie Magoo.
I'll give them a
Mana Burn is really good against that hero. You've got a way to be able to open up a stun on him, even better than he used to be because you now have a break mechanic against him. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that lineup. I don't know. Feels like Spider Pigs twice now, I think, in this series. We've seen them kind of throw away an advantage that they had that I think was really solid, but just kind of a silly
Radiant
move.
are scanning.
And this one is a little bit more crucial because we're around Roshan spawning time, so they're just lucky that it's going to be a later Rosh.
This game is still really anybody's ballpark right now. It's just going to come down to, I don't want to say who makes the play. It feels like it's about just limiting mistakes. It's one of my favorite Bruce Lee quotes: to be good, don't make mistakes. To be great, make plays. I don't think it was Bruce Lee. In fact, I don't even know if that's a quote. I might have just come to me in a fever dream. But this level, I really think these teams need to focus more on just executing. Just execute. Keep it simple. Kiss it.
I just love the imagery of Bruce Lee telling people in his worldly wisdom, you need to make more plays. And everyone's just like, you mean like Broadway or?
I don't think anyone would have been like, Broadway, question mark, but you
I don't
know.
know if he...
I mean, what else? Like, at that time, plays, like, what are we talking about? Bruce Lee tells you to make more plays. I don't see how that could possibly be what he would say,
Once again,
Kyle.
this is crazy. We have another double smoke where they trade sides of the river. This is crazy to watch.
But they do manage to go on the fight fish, and he gets the ultimate off. They'll follow up with a beautiful arena. And they just absolutely murder him. They follow up beautiful black hole, though, as they go right in. Look at this damage coming out from Noob. He goes, he finds himself a kill, but the jump forward, again, they have those BKBs. Are they going to be able to finish off Noob here? Noob looks like he's going to be able to turn around. Does have that Yules.
Buyback's on the way. You got to get out of here.
Trying to come back in again. Amar looking for whatever he can get. They kill Mitch. Marlene's not looking very good. Down he goes, and he's just chasing after. Look at that cleave damage coming out, too. Little Pleb doing work. There's another buyback, though, coming out from Void Spirit. The BKB is going to wear off soon over onto Pleb, but he's able to blink away. Still have not managed. Can they take down Noob here? Taunts forward, finally. That's a dominating kill streak taken down. They'll find themselves yet another kill as DNZ will get murdered. And now you can see this anti-mage. He is fleeing for his life.
Radiant's bottom
Everybody just
barracks
buying
are
back
under Radiant's
immediately.
bottom
Mitch there, his pandas got so threatened he actually had to get the hell out of dodge.
Noob?
Whoa, Noob's in.
Noob?
Big
Noob
coming,
bought
no
back.
buyback.
Became bottom. No, what are you doing, Noob? This is no. Oh, this is a dead Lena. Why?
Okay, well,
I mean, they took the Rex, but
Wow, he did some
yeah,
damage.
he took the racks and he forced them away from Roshan, so
But you don't need Roshan.
that worth it,
It's
though?
3-on-5 now. For,
I agree. I mean, I think it was a very
Radiant's
risky
tower
play.
is under attack.
But I could see the reasoning behind why he felt like they had kind of lost that fight, that the enemy team was going to go Roshan, so he tried to take advantage of that window.
Solo. Okay.
oh no. Oh, can they? Oh, this is not looking good. Anti-mage, he just dies. Lil Pleb showing himself on that creep wave, and he knows that people were around. Why
That's
would you make
game.
that
Run it
play?
down mid, boys.
Run it. Yeah.
Time to go.
Run it.
I don't know. Perhaps
I'm
feeling the
breathing.
pressure, or... But that was...
It's nothing. They're just tunnel visioning on these creep waves. Team Creepwave, with the assistance of their creep waves, continues to slaughter enemy heroes.
And creeps.
But yeah, just go for throne. None of these heroes have buyback.
They're gonna try to take out the Brewmaster here and just try to keep him busy so that way he can't get the split off. Cristal's jumping forward here with the Abyssal. One more mighty chop. There is no buyback on Mr. Brewmaster here. Fortification gonna come out, and he got his bones to add insult to injury. They just want to finish this. Look at this. Oh, Amar doing Amar things. We said that he was aggressive. He jumps right into the fountain. They get the kill. Can they get the kill on LeBron? Yep, and Amar will walk away, giggling to himself. GG.